Alright, 4 minutes in the queue, but we are finally ready for round one. We won the roll against Moksha. Yeah, hand's great. Again, hand's great, and yet does absolutely nothing for a really long time. So, and then even then, probably just more of nothing. Definitely a legit fear of how this ends up playing out, but we get the right matchups, I feel confident. Forest Noble Hierarch probably bodes well for us. Gonna have to get a blue-red here. Oh, sorry, I have Facebook open. I got bored. It was 4.5 minutes until I found an opponent. They're all scared, you know? They know I'm recording. They don't want to lose the seance on camera. Chasse! Vrin's Prodigy. A pretty prodigal sorcerer, if I do say so myself. Oh man, I'm just breaking everything. I'm such a mess today. I dropped my phone, and then tried to refill my water filter, and dropped that. Then knocked over a bowl, glass bowl, that shattered, and then almost dropped my phone into the glass while the water was still running. I'm really just... You know, it's 2 p.m. and I've already had an amazing, impressively klutzy day. So, creatures, well, we could flip Jace now. I think that's what we want to do. This can get a plains. How do I want to sequence this? I think I'm gonna block and flip with Jace. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess just pass. It does seem weird. But, here we go. Serum Visions, I kind of want to be the last card I play, and I can discard the third Scour to the Jace. So this turn is going to be fetch, Scour, Scour, path, loot. Not necessarily in that order. And then we'll see what happens. Just the kitty. That's kind of interesting. I guess I path it. I don't see any need to get fancy here. Get an extra loot out of Jace this way. I just assumed that I would be having to do something with the Jace, but I guess it's kind of a who blinks first type situation. Wonder what the follow-up is. Kessig Wolf Run. There's a throwback. I haven't seen this one in a while. Smiter cannot be countered. I agree. It cannot. Let's go ahead and loot first. As expected. Do I want to do anything about that? I might as well Scour in response. Because I do have a Spell Pierce in my deck. Lighthouse. Alright, well I kind of want to play that as my land. Might as well Scour again so that I have max information on what to discard to the loot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Is it charm? Faithless looting in the yard. Alright, bolt resolves. And then loot resolves. Get a bolt of our own. Doesn't really do anything. Though neither is this... Does this is it charm, really? I thought I was going to discard the scour, but now I'm not so sure. This looks like just like a Naya creature deck, like a zoo deck. So I'm not too concerned with this Is It Charm's counter mode. And 2 damage is not exactly the most appealing. And the loot isn't that appealing when I have a looting in my yard. So I'm actually going to discard the charm over the bolt. Bolt's slightly more likely to be useful to us, I think. And going to continue scouring away my deck. A Tarn, a Myria Shepherd, okay. I think it is flashback looting time. This is going to be a tough one to win. Maybe I could have been more patient and made his Goyf less useful. Still no Seance. Go ahead and discard these 2. And pass the turn. That was the only sorcery, so Goyf actually shrunk, which is cute. Not sure what the way out is, though. I guess draw, like, Snapcaster or something to turn on Path. Seance would be good enough, I think. Get back a Myria Shepherd, which can get back Muldrifter? Is that even enough? Maybe not. Unclear. Unclear at this time. So I'm taking 7 as is, but I assume we're getting Wolf Rund. Not for the full amount. Are they going to cast the spell, or are they just keeping up with Foothills? A 9 ball and a 7. Draw. That is not what we were looking for either. Yeah, pretty sure we're just dead then. Could still draw a Snapcaster, I suppose. Or Path into Snapcaster. It's not bad. Am I still just dead? Because I bolt this, path one of these, 4, 5, 6. So I'm dead to a land. It's unfortunate. Alternatively, fetch basic island, shuffle away my Snapcaster, but hopefully, theoretically, I'd survive at least. Vendilion. Go to Chump and then Path. Rock. Hard place. Sure doing a lot of nothing. Alright. Dead to a land. Not ideal. Or a burn spell. Or a haster. That's a lot of things, actually. Maybe they'll play around Dismember. Maybe I should be playing Dismember instead of this stupid bolt. Whoa. My Expando screen is on my other monitor. Weird. Don't know how to fix that. Well, we didn't get landed. At a theoretical 1, though bolt is game. Am I dead? No. Well, Scavenging Ooze turning off Snapcaster Path is pretty bad, I will admit. Wonder if my opponent can tell what I'm up to. They see a Nymeria Shepherd and like the Faithless looting, but they don't necessarily know yet. Rats. Luck and Fendilion and at least get a little more information about their deck. See if they have like Kiki Resto, Cord, something like that. Wiltleaf Liege. Like there's a lot of cards that we could see here that give us information, so might as well show them click. What you got, homie? Moksha. I like this minimalist, not minimalist, black and white style avatar thing. I dig it. Showman Island. Voice. Alright. So, green, white creatures. Sadly, Clasm isn't even good. Rending Volley might be. It hits Smiter and Voice, and that's like it. That's not ideal. Hitting Voice is almost actively bad. But they might have Resto. What else could they have? Thalia, maybe? I think I'm just gonna not sideboard. Because sideboarding is for people who built their deck wrong the first time. And this deck is obviously built perfectly, as evidenced by how well that first game went. So, just snap submit. Who needs 75? 60 is good enough for me. I should play a Supreme Verdict. Yeah. It's another good, like, high-impact card. Might be good against, like, Wesco green-white. It's a little slow. What are some other creature decks? A lot of the aggressive creature decks are, like, burn-oriented, so Verdict isn't even good. That's kind of a weird dynamic. Ooh, this hand's pretty great. I'm going to go Island, Plains, and then Foundry probably. Hase. Well, I don't want more land. Now I get to play Jace instead of Wall of Omens, so that's good. No Accelerant is also good. Lots of Mentors. That's definitely going to be the key to this matchup anyway, I feel. I can flip Jace next turn if I want. Could also actively choose not to, assuming it lives. Because I don't have anything to flashback yet, but theoretically on 4 I want to be able to go like Mentor flashback visions. Alright, I'm just getting bolted anyway. Yep. Hierarch, no land. That's interesting as well. I think I can actually get away with playing a Mentor here now. I was going to try and wait until I can get a trigger out, but with 2 Mentors and my opponent stuck on lands, the Mentor will teach him a lesson. That lesson is don't be stuck on mana against the -3 Mentor. We baited the bolt out, if you can call it that. Did draw a land, which is unfortunate for us. But if their follow-up is just like a smiter, I think we're actually looking pretty good. Especially if we can draw a removal spell. Path the Mentor, that works as well. Go ahead and get Mountain. I'm going to hardcast this Amarius Shepherd. Guifo, you got it. Pierce, not the greatest. Actually, Pierce is surprisingly good here, all things considered. I don't really want to Mentor yet, so I'll just wall. See where that takes me. Nowhere. What do we need? A Faithless Looting. That's what we need. Mentor Looting. Just go off. Yeah, I'll block. Might as well. 5 is a lot of life points. Opponent trying to put enough pressure on us. Voice of Resurgence. Well, there's Path. So now I can do this. Bam! Voice of Resurgence, obviously. Oh, I was going to say making this Pierce bad, but never mind. Never mind, and thank you. Always yield. And I'm not going to crack this fetch in case I, like, draw Looting into Seance. So I'm done. Maybe we could just chain cantrips and Mentor them out now. We've gone through 3 removal spells. They probably play like 7, 8 tops. Can't imagine they have 4 bolt, 4 path, and more. So that bodes well for us. Pride Mage's pretty good against Seance. Maybe now I do crack the fetch. Now that Seance is back off the table, might as well thin. Sure. Come on, Faithless Looting. Or another land. Out of basics, which is a little awkward. But now I have an Emiria Shepherd. So maybe I can do something with that? Maybe? Possibly, hopefully. They had a removal spell that would have used it on the Mentor, so... that part theoretically bodes well. We got some monks to chump. The exalted attacks one by one, as long as they don't draw that wolf run. The wolf run is probably an indication that they have Knight of the Reliquary, which should have tipped me off more than anything else, that it is just a creature deck and not a combo deck. Most of the combo decks can't find room for all these creatures and spells. Oh, they peeled Path? Ugh, and I don't even have anything to find? What a bummer. That is a good draw. Or a good play, not killing the Mentor. Yeah, there's the Knight. Supreme Verdict, that's not in our deck. Snapcaster. Well, I do have Serum Visions. Like, I don't think... like, pathing one of these doesn't do anything, so I might as well Visions. See what I can muster up. Definitely drew these cards in the wrong order. Also, I'm pretty sure I have 4 Seances in my deck. Not that it would have been good this game, but it is funny that I've gone through half of my deck in 2 games and haven't seen a single Seance. Ew. Yeah, I want a Muldrifter. Of course I want a Muldrifter. Come on. Yeah. Problem is now Knight gets Wolf Run, so my chumping plan is no longer exactly viable. But if I run off some paths in a row, maybe I can make something happen. Maybe. Opponent's hand is, you know, all on board, so if this Muldrifter hits some perfects, I might be able to put something together. Alright, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this works still. Actually, this is better. So this finds the Wolf Run, this can find a land, and then the 1 mana floating, the Wolf Run, and, you know, another land activates it. So then 1, 2, 3 is the most they can pump, which gets it to 8, which I block 1 and go to 2. The last card is Bolt, we're dead anyway. How sick would it have been if that Emiria Shepherd lived? Just go off. The old-fashioned way. Alright, I'm at 2 lives. Muldrifter. We're gonna hard cast this puppy, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I want to evoke it because I could hit Seance, get back Snapcaster for Path. path the wolf-run creature. Pride Mage eats Seance. Voice Resurgence gets a token. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's any way to win, honestly. But let's start with an evoke, shall we? Path and snap. Pretty ideal, actually. Because now I can path the voice. And then snap path the wolf-run creature. Wait, do I just have lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I'm actually real close to lethal. That's kind of insane. But one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mentor's a heck of a card. I'm gonna need this extra blocker back. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to need my opponent to move in on a wolf run before I have to path. So I can go Snapcaster on the path, then set up blocks, then cast the path if I need to. Go to 8. Don't bolt me. Draw nothing, and do nothing of consequence. I ask a lot of my opponents. Here they come. And so Snapcaster on Pride Mage seems pretty natural. Wabam. They pass priority. You got it. Still have the flashback path. I accidentally went to my turn! I definitely wanted to path. I mean, this, probably. Seance might actually win. Now. Thought we were at end of combat, but it was end of turn. That's embarrassing. Would have been like close to presenting lethal here too. But I'm still okay. Or does this need to stay back? Block, block. Wait, no, the Snapcaster on path should be enough. Block, block. And have path up. Yeah. If I had one more token, they would be... It would be attacking, I think. Threaten to put him to 1. Maybe not. Rending Volley. You got it. Don't know why you didn't cast that earlier, but okay. Alright, still need the opponent to brick. Sure wish one of these creatures was farming. Or exiled, rather. It's gonna be a heartbreaker when they just bolt me. What else can the knight find? That's my question. Township and Stirring Wildwood, maybe. Ghost Quarter, probably, which doesn't do any good. And or Tech Edge, which is also not great. Dromoka's Command. Second enchantment. Oh, that's messed up, man. There's nothing I can do here, right? Because if I path this to get this to live, this can find another land, and I'm still dead. But I'm dead if this resolves the attack anyway. Who knows? Maybe they'll misclick back. We actually had a pretty good chance this game. Although Dromoka's Command off the top, I think, makes it pretty hard to win. Maybe not. I mean, having another monk and one less creature, I actually think we could have done it. Dromoka's Command is filthy. Even though these creature decks are a good matchup in theory, they have a bunch of incidental cards that are so good against us, like the Pride Mage and the Command. It's the problem of relying on a 4-mana enchantment to make your deck work. So I have 3 to soak up. 1, 2, 3. And then it pumps for 2. Just Xaxes, straight up. Unfortunate. Most unfortunate. It's actually 1 over because Seance is an enchantment. 2 over because of Exalted. Hey, maybe they'll miss it. Yup, well played. Alright. Round 2.